Okay, we're going to look at 6 through 10 on the front of MRS week 12. Let's look at number 6. It says Natalie ate 3/8 of an apple. Later, she ate another 3/8 of the apple. What fraction of the apple did she eat in all? Okay, so what we can do to, you can just draw a picture to help us figure this out. I know this is in the shape of a pie, but it's still kind of the same idea. Okay, so I know that there should be 8 parts, 8 total parts. Okay, because that's what my denominator tells me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I know initially it says she ate 3/8 of the apple. Okay, so 3/8, I will just, for the purpose of showing you with the circle, would just be 1, 2, 3. Okay? Later, she ate another 3/8. So again, she ate another 3/8 of the apple. So I'm going to color in 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Now, once I've done that, how many parts are shaded in? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my numerator. And my denominator always remains the same. This is 8ths. Okay? So I know that 6/8 of the apple is what she ate. And that reduces down to 3/4. Okay? You also could have just added 3/8 plus 3/8. And 3 plus 3 is 6. And then your denominator stays the same. We do not add those together. 6/8, and it would have gave us the same exact answer. But I like showing it with a picture as well. Okay, so that's number 6. Okay, number 7. Camille's basketball practice started at 4 p.m. The team practiced offense for 1 hour and defense for 1 hour and 15 minutes. What time did practice end? Okay, so this is a pretty straightforward time problem. Okay, they started at 4 p.m. So they practiced offense for 1 hour. So what time would it be from 4 o'clock, 1 hour later? What time would that be? Okay, so that would be 5 o'clock. Okay, and then they practiced defense for 1 hour. Okay, in 15 minutes. So I need to add on 1 hour and 15 minutes to 5 o'clock. And that will give you the time practice ended. So again, 4 o'clock is when they started. They practiced offense for 1 hour. And I did this for you. So I just said 1 hour added on to 4 o'clock is 5 o'clock. An hour later. Now for defense, they practice 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you need to add that on to 5 o'clock to figure out what time practice would end. Okay? Number 8. It says, which of these measurements is the smallest? 42 inches, 3 feet, 2 yards. We want to know which one is the smallest. So what we need to do, we need to convert these to the same unit of measurement. Okay, so this one is written in inches, this one's written in feet, this one's written in yards. So we have 3 different units of measurement. So we want to be able to compare them all to the same thing. So what we'll do in this one is, since this is 42 inches, we'll convert these two to inches. That's what we have to do so we can be looking at the same thing. So let's do that. Okay, so we're at 3 feet. Okay, I need to know how many inches is in 3 feet. So what I do know that there is 12 inches in 1 foot. Okay, so in order to figure out how many inches would be in 3 feet, I would multiply 12 times 3. And that will give you this answer. Okay? Now, we'll go down to yards. We have 2 yards equals how many inches? I know that there are 36 inches in 1 yard. But I need to figure out how many inches would be in 2 yards. So I'm going to do the same thing I did up at the top. 36 times 2. And that's going to give me an answer that would go there. Okay, so once you have those two conversions, then we know that we had 42 inches. And we had 3 feet. But in parentheses, I'm going to put how many inches is that? And then we had the 2 yards. And again, in parentheses, I'm going to put how many inches. Oops. Blank inches. Okay, so once you figure out your inches for each one, you can then determine which one of those is the smallest. Which is the smallest. And you'll write that on the line. So again, you just have to convert the 3 feet to inches. You have to convert the 2 yards to inches. And then once you do that, you're able to have all the same units of measurement, which would be inches. And then you can easily see which one is the smallest. All right, number 9. It says, what is the best way to describe the relationship between line A and line C? So line A is going this way. Line C is going this way. So we talked about this a couple review sheets ago. So this looks similar to the problem on the review sheet. So we're comparing this line here to this line here. Okay, and you'll notice the key is that this line right here that's passing through, that's intersecting through A and B, it's forming a right angle. It is forming a right angle, a 90-degree angle. It's going. Remember we talked about a right angle is kind of like a perfect L. That can go any direction. Doesn't matter. Just so it has that perfect. Looks like an L. That's the way I remember it. So you can see that it's passing through and it's forming that right angle right here. Okay? You can see it's forming that right angle. Okay? That is what we call a perpendicular that's the relationship because it's forming a right angle. Okay? So we reviewed this earlier. It's been a couple weeks ago. So just know that when 2 lines intersect that form a right angle, they are perpendicular. Okay, last one. Number 10. The area of Ken's rectangular garden is 480 square feet. The garden is 24 feet wide. What is the length of fencing Ken will need to buy in order to fence the garden completely on all 4 sides? So, a couple of things we got to do with this problem. Okay, so I kind of wrote down the information that they gave us in the problem. They said that it's 24 feet wide. So if it's a rectangle, they said it's a rectangle, so I drew a rectangle. I put 24 feet for the bottom, 24 feet for the top, just to show. They gave us the area. The area is 480 square feet. So what we have to figure out is this right here and this right here. We got to figure out those 2 sides in order to do this problem. Now, since they gave us the area already, and they gave us the width, what we do to determine what these sides are is we divide 480 by 24. Okay? Once you do that, you're going to get an answer that will be that side, and it will also be the same for that side. Okay? So, but you have to do the division part. Okay? So that's step 1 of this problem. Is we have to find these missing sides. Now, what they're wanting to do is they want to know how much fencing they're going to need to buy in order to complete all 4 sides of all 4 sides. So they're going to put a fence up, and they got to buy enough fence to cover this whole area. So the perimeter. So just like in your yard, if you have a fence, it's the perimeter of your yard. So in order to do that, to find the perimeter, we have to add up all four sides. Add all four sides. Okay, but you cannot do this step until you figure out these missing sides here. And then once you do that, you would then add 24 plus 24, because that would be these two right here. And then the other side, and then you would add them together. Okay, so a couple things. Just to recap. We have a rectangular garden. He wants to put a fence around it. We know the square feet area is 480. That's how much area it is inside. We know this width is 24, so since it's a rectangle, this is going to be the same 24. We need to figure out these sides. In order to do that, I'm going to divide the square feet by the width. Once I get that number will then represent both sides. So this will represent this side, and it will be the same number on this side. Then I can find the perimeter that I need to know how much fencing to buy. So to find perimeter, you add all four sides. So I have 24 plus 24 plus the mystery side and the other mystery side. And then once you get that, that will be your answer. Okay? Make sure you label. All right, that's it for this week's 6 through 10. If you have any questions, please ask, and you can turn it in for pre-check at any time.